Ever since SC led Bursa to be the one to approve IPO for its market, the number of IPO in Malaysia has kaboomed, and the share prices of these IPOs have also kaboomed. Like TT Vision, NationGate, SFPTech, all these fellas share prices shoot up more than 100% in one day. Kaboom! Anyway, the upcoming IPO Oppstar Berhad is the one that caught my eye recently, and let me tell you why. Hey guys, it's HY, your investing friend. I am interested in Oppstar because it is in the semiconductor industry, which has a very long runway. Their business is to design chips, not the potato chips, it's the semiconductor chips. Basically, to produce a semiconductor chip, it needs to go through 4 stages. I know it looks very confusing, so let me break it down for you. In the design stage, companies like Oppstar will draw the chip design. Then, in the fabrication stage, companies like TSMC will manufacture this round-shaped wafer that have many small chips inside. They manufacture based on the chip designed by Oppstar. After the chips are manufactured, companies like Inari will separate the chip from the disc-shaped wafer and test the chip to make sure the chips are functional. The last step is to put it into one electronic system. Basically, this is the product that we use like our iPhones. In short, Oppstar is the chip designer, which is in the very beginning part of the semiconductor value chain. Okay, so now we know what Oppstar is doing. The next stage is to see why they want to be listed. Before that, let me tell you, normally there are 3 reasons why companies choose to go public. Number 1, the company really wants to grow their business but don't have enough money. Number 2, the founders want to cash out, so they want you to take over their lousy business. Number 3, the company has too much debt, so they want to raise money from you to pay off their debt and wipe their ass. So whenever you want to apply for an IPO, please only choose the companies that really want to grow their business. This is also the reason that I like Oppstar's IPO, because most of the money raised from the IPO will go for business expansion. Oppstar's labor cost is more than 90% of its cost of sales. This means that if Oppstar wants to grow, they need to hire more engineers. For every project that Oppstar takes on, they need around 80 to 120 engineers. Currently, they already have 183 engineers, but they plan to hire 280 more so they can take on more projects. So from here, we can understand Oppstar's business model. It is very similar to a salon business. The more hairstylists they have, the more customers they can accept at one time. Similarly, if Oppstar wants to grow, they need to hire more engineers so they can take on more projects at one time. This is their growth factor. But the question now is then, can they find more projects or not? This lies in the ability of Oppstar's management to secure more contracts. And when you look at the IPO prospectus, Oppstar disclosed their major customer as customer ABCDE. But because of my caposity, I managed to dig them out and review them to you. Customer A is Microchip Technology, Customer B is Unisoc, Customer D is Renesas, and Customer E is Intel. Customer C I really cannot find. Okay, now to the part where most of you are waiting for. Just to be clear, the IPO price is not yet published when I record this law. So this fair value is our own valuation. Tolong please don't take this as a buy-sell call. Just now I mentioned that Oppstar's growth depends on their engineers. So I think the better way to value their business is to see how much sales each engineer can bring. From our calculation, each engineer can roughly bring 250k sales to the company. So let's say if the number of engineers increased to 463, their sales could be around 116 million ringgit. Assuming 30% profit margin, that is around 35 million ringgit profit. Woo! And for a company making 35 million ringgit profit in a growing industry, I give them PE 25 lah. You say ngam or not? I think ngam because it is a tech company ma. So at a PE of 25 times, the fair value should be around 1 ringgit and 37 cents per share. Let's talk talk about things that I like about Oppstar. Number 1, there are only 3 chip designer companies in Malaysia and Oppstar is the tyco so far. Number 2, as I said, the proceeds of IPO will be used to hire more engineers, build new offices and R&D, not to pay off debt. Number 3, Oppstar can get tax exemption of 70% until 2026 because they achieve MSC Pioneer status. Things that I don't like about Oppstar. Oppstar's success is heavily dependent on their engineers, and the talent or skills that these engineers have is very laku. Many global businesses are fighting for them, but I don't see they discuss much about how to attract or retain their engineers low. Number 2, Oppstar is a contract-based company, means no contracts, no money. So their future is dependent on their ability to consistently secure new projects or contracts. For example, Xiamen Kirin Corp, one of their major customers, accounted for around 70% of the group's total revenue. Means that for now, if Xiamen Kirin Corp GG, Oppstar GG. So stay safe and stay strong investing. We will see you in the next video.